Welcome to makeup date number 73. So here I'm showing you a pan I just hit today. I've been using this as mascara with Aqua Seal, and we'll see how that goes. And then this loose powder container broke, which is so sad. I love this style of loose powder container, but at the hinges, it just gave out on me. So it's just kind of slowly, it just falls apart on me. It's also starting to like kind of leak powder. So I knew it was its time. And then I have all of the loose powder now in a different sifter container that I had lying around. And then I've also been using my lip gloss in my purse. And so as you can see it peeking around over there. And I just have tons of windowing on it already. I've only had it in there for about a week. And so I expect maybe another week or so and then it'll be done. So awesome progress. So yesterday I finished this. Wow, that came off very quickly. I finished this. It wasn't the moisturizer in here. I actually put my green Dr. Dart moisturizer in here, so that is finally done. And then guess what I hit pan on today? This contour color. It's just this little speck, and it appeared. So I was very surprised. It is quite a shallow pan, so I wasn't like too surprised. I knew it was coming, but I didn't realize this soon. So very happy about that. So now I have 3 pans in my, actually 4, I guess, in my condensed makeup palette. I think I'm going to be removing Wood Winked to make space for another, to have something else to work on, and then I'll keep working on everything else. All right, good update. Well, that happened. My compact fell down and shattered that really dark shade that I was using as a mascara. I have lots of other dark shades to work on, so I guess that's just the Project Pan universe telling me to move on. Not super exciting, but I have 2 little containers. This one I just found randomly. I think there's some random balm in here, so I'll probably repurpose this one. And this is another one. This is a Blue Mercury eye cream that I got, and I did finish. They didn't give me very much. So I'm going to go ahead and recycle that and then move on to my, let's see, this is the Grown Alchemist Eye Serum. There's a ton in here, so I think I'll be using this for quite a while. And then I just randomly found this sample. This is an SPF, so I'll try to use this one up and then keep moving through my collection. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to combine this one and another sample I'm working on, the primer, because honestly, they kind of have a similar texture. And then I might actually also be adding in my foundation because I'm just not driven or moved to use this one. So probably mix all of them up and I will show you what that looks like. Here's the mix of the sunscreen, primer, and the foundation. Then mix all together. Here we go. Actually added a few pumps of my other sunscreen. Okay, well, this happened. It just slipped out of my bag and all over the floor. And these are the 3 main ones that shattered. I think I might have had a few other ones, but I basically combined all of those all together and tried to press a shadow out of it. Actually, you had to do 2 pans, split it across 2 pans. But just did my kind of sifting method and then went ahead and prepared it via the dry wet press method. So I press it dry first and then soak it with alcohol and then press it again. And that seems to actually really compact it together super nice. And I've had pretty good turnout with those shadows even if I drop them. So pretty happy with that. As you can see, I kind of have a little cotton filter thing and then am pressing it down with a round press. Even just with my finger pressure, it seems to be enough. Sometimes I bring in like a lip gloss tube or a lipstick tube just to add a little bit more firm pressure on top of that, but works pretty well overall. Put them back in here. These are the 2 pans that I've left in my collection, and that's what's left. Well, this is cool. Every once in a while I'm like, can I depot this? And I realized there was a hole in the back of this Mob Beauty packaging, and I was like, okay, let me poke it out. And then look at how it fits in here. It perfectly fits in the lid and it closes just fine. I actually did also pop out the blush too and managed to not break anything, which is awesome. But I don't really have, like, I was trying to put in my condensed makeup palette, but it was just too big. I'm just not ready for that yet. So I just popped it right back in and managed to put that on top. So I think I'm just gonna run with that. I mean, it seems like it's kind of all in a nice package here. So really happy with that little condensing. And that means that I'll actually have my Mob Beauty one kind of more on hand, even though I'm not quite ready to use it a ton yet, but happy with that. So I'll probably figure out how I can recycle this packaging. I think Mob Beauty has made this in a way where it's actually pretty easily recyclable. It's not magnets here or anything like that. So we'll go with that. All right, good discovery of the day. All right, I grabbed a few fun things at the store. Not all of it's that exciting, but I thought they were cool. So I got this like travel bottle thing. I have a few trips coming up this year. I actually got one of these from my mom recently, and I think I paid a lot more than $125 for it. So I just got this at the Dollar Tree. It's 4 bottles that fit into this shape, and I thought that was pretty useful. So we'll see what becomes of that. I can't remember what the contain. I think they're all like squeezy tubes or something. Let's see if I can do this one-handed or not. Probably not. There we go. So click that. Oh, they're just like little flip tops. That means I probably actually didn't have to buy my other flip top that I got today, but that's fine. This one goes with the set. I'm thinking probably like, you know, lotion, conditioner, shampoo, and probably something else. So that will be, I think, we'll try it out. Here we have just some odds and ends. I do need a new mascara, and I just picked up one from the Dollar Tree. Actually, I just kind of have an experiment I have in mind, using my Aqua Steel drops to try to make this kind of more of a mascara fixer or like waterproof mascara. So we'll see how that works. If it works at all. If it doesn't, I'll probably just let it go. The brush on this one's actually pretty nice. Sometimes I just buy things, like I was like, if it doesn't work, then at least I'll get it for the brush, where I can use this brush for other things too. And so that's always something I keep in mind. And here's just some empty containers I got from my local Daiso. This one is a 15 milliliter, or 17 milliliter. It's an eye cream vacuum bottle, but I just kind of needed something where I'm actually thinking of mixing my Clinique foundation. This actually has a small mix of other things, but I'm thinking of, I'm not even sure what to mix it with right now, to kind of thin down the formula and then put it into, not this one I have something in mind for, into either this eye cream vacuum one or this silicone. That one's an interesting idea, the silicone tip one. Both of these are clear, so I'm a little bit nervous about mixing this with sunscreen or anything like that, but I might just risk it for the biscuit and see what comes of it. I do also have like some lotions I can put into, trying to think, I don't have that many lotions kind of on backup, but where did it go? I'm like under my sink right now. Oh, okay, right here. I have this Vaseline one that's hypoallergenic, so it doesn't really have much of a fragrance at all. So that one might be a good one to mix with it, just kind of a basic lotion, and just be able to use that. So I'm going to think through a few options, try a few things out, but I'm looking forward to getting it out of this bottle because this is just like a large doe foot. What did Emily Noah call a book foot applicator, and I'm just starting to feel like it's a lot to deal with, and versus putting in one of these. So I'll let you know how that goes. And it's kind of a crazy viewpoint, but here's my progress so far. I did actually fill up all of these. This is lotion, shampoo, conditioner, and then I put wash here so I could differentiate. But yeah, this is honestly really cool, and it was a little bit finicky to fill up, but not terrible by any means. And then I decided I'm going to be filling the smaller tube with my foundation, and I was trying to take off the stopper of the buck foot. It's in the sink right now. Sorry, it's kind of gross. But I totally cracked my jar. So be careful, you guys, especially using metal tools with glass. That was my fault, and now I really need to get all this stuff out of here. So probably will be splitting up between this vacuum tube as well as maybe like a small something, because I think looking in here, it's not full, but it's just about down to, is that right? I was trying to think here. Yeah, it's not super full, but it's definitely something. Probably, it's actually still pretty full, probably like right about here. So, so I'm gonna try to get as much as I can to here. That should be about half, because this is a 1 ounce bottle, I believe. Yeah, it says 30 mils. And so, I think I'll probably get about halfway with just the tube. I'll probably just put it straight in. I don't think I'm gonna mix it with anything. And then, yes, and then the rest I'll probably put into another thing. So I should have just about enough containers to fill this up and then get rid of this tube, because this is not safe to use anymore. All right, good luck to me. Here's a quick time lapse of me emptying out whatever is left in my foundation container into a smaller container, and I think overall went pretty well. It's just so satisfying to swirl the spatula in there, get under the rim, and it's a clear glass, so it was just so cool to see kind of all of it peel away in that way. First, I still lost a few milliliters of product just in that process, to be expected, but better getting it out of there, and we'll be using it rather than me leaving all of it to expire in that container. And there's a little bit less in there than I expected, but that's totally fine. I also put in a ton of extra work to try to clean out this container using a lot of cleansing oils. So I do show the clean bottle in a little bit here, cleaning up all my tools. Just kind of showing you kind of everything, the summary of everything that I cleaned out. So having two now containers of foundation product, and then also got my whole travel container set up. I did decant my powder cleanser out into that little bottle, so that helps in that whole front. And then also we'll be using my body moisturizer out of that travel container, so I think pretty good progress. Pop back in here to show you guys the finished cleaning, because it is an effort, man. I used up so much of my oil, my cleansing oil. It's not the one that's actually in here. I refilled it with something else, but it feels good to use up that much cleansing oil and finally get this thing clean, or at least mostly clean. There's just little spots here and there, and of course around the rim. But yeah, got that one pretty good and clean. Shake that one out. Got the buck foot here, pretty much good and clean as well. Just a little bit of residue left in there, which I could probably get out with paper towel. The stopper I tried to clean, but it just seems stained and just pretty difficult, so that's there. And MVP is actually not only the oil cleanser, but actually my mascara brush, which is just a art supply like fan brush, and it broke. I think I was putting too much pressure, like trying to get around the edges and stuff like that, and so it did snap. So RIP to my to my mascara brush here, but it was only $4, so I'm just gonna go ahead and probably get another one. But yeah, that was definitely quite the effort, and now it's clean. See if I can recycle this, and it'll be good to go. All right, PPS. You thought the video was done? Not yet. I was looking at the silicone applicator, and I was like, what else can I put in here? And I was looking at my little setup with my body care, my face care, and my makeup, and I was like, this is taking up so much space. There's 4 ounces in it. I don't use it as a body serum. I actually use it as a face serum. So I was like, oh, it might actually be really nice to put it in here and just like kind of, you know, spatula it onto my face every day. And the squeezy element makes it really cool too. And did I just squeeze some out by accident? I think I can actually turn it off and on. There's a little arrow here, and I can turn it off and on in terms of if squeezing it will squeeze anything out. So I need to be careful with that. But really happy with this decision. This holds about 45 milliliters. I might have a little less in here, maybe 40. And this is what is left now. And so probably another 45 milliliters, and that will be good to go. So really happy with this decision, and I'll update you about that. But this is where I'm starting from. I feel like today was just like a big day of debranding, you know, like no more Osea body serum, you know, packaging right in my face. The Clinique foundation, now I don't have that in my face. The same thing with the Key Soul Care. I already put it back into my shower, but that little bottle is no longer, you know, in terms of branding. And so it feels good to do that. Okay, but I'll leave you with that. And, okay, I think now this is really the end of the video this time. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.